One of the most frequently asked questions on many parenting forums is around what to do when my child has a big tantrum or a meltdown. So many questions around why are they acting this way? What can I do to stop it? Why do they behave so well for their grandparents and then lose it as soon as I walk in the door? Why does giving them the wrong coloured cup set them off? How do I navigate this big surge of emotions and feelings and still keep my cool? So let's start with understanding why meltdowns are completely normal, very healthy, and actually very good for the brain. From an aware parenting philosophy, I like to explain that children are either in balance or out of balance. When a child is in balance, they're usually chatty and happy, doing whatever they're doing, being really kind and gentle with others, lots of eye contact, and usually a pleasure to be around. But when kids are out of balance, we see all the other types of confronting behaviours, like hitting, biting, throwing things, yelling, maybe being mean to other children or siblings, and often defiant in nature. So let's take a look at why they may be out of balance. Let's pretend that this is 3-year-old Millie. This is Millie. So Millie's fast asleep and Mum comes in the morning and goes, come on, we've got to get up. It's time to go to daycare. And Millie was probably really enjoying being cozy in bed, but it's time to get out of bed and there's a bit of hurrying going on. So there's a little bit of tension in Millie's body. And then Mum's, doing the job of what Mum's doing in the morning. What do you want for breakfast? Do you want toast? Do you want cereal? And Millie's kind of still trying to find her way in the world as she wakes up. So all these questions make her feel like a little bit more of tension. And then she's got to get dressed, but really she wants to play with her trains in the morning because she sees her trains. And again, there's a little bit more resistance. And then we go to daycare. And even though Millie loves being at daycare, saying goodbye to Mum is often really hard. So there's a little bit more tension. And then when she's playing at daycare, someone comes along and kicks over her really beautiful construction that she'd made. And this really upsets her. But, she's kind of told, oh, it's okay, just move on to something else. But there's a little bit more tension. And that kind of continues throughout the day. And then when she comes home and she's with Mum and Mum's saying to her, can I get you a drink? And Mum gives her a blue cup instead of the red cup. And all of a sudden, Millie starts to lose it because it's not the way that she wanted it to look. And what we begin to see is it's not really about being given the wrong cup. It's often a buildup of all that attention that's happened during the day that just all of a sudden explodes when this limit happens. The day-to-day life of a toddler often can bring about feelings of powerlessness and stress, and all those feelings accumulate in their little bodies. Toddlers will often hold on to those hurts, and when there's a safe time and place for them to come out, often all the build-up explodes all at once. So when your little one is angry and raging because you gave them the blue cup instead of the red cup, if you were giving their little sister some attention, it is their body and nervous system trying to reset. What is great to understand is that tears contain cortisol, the stress hormone. And when we cry, we are literally releasing stress from our bodies. Tears have also been found to lower blood pressure and improve emotional well-being, provided there's a loved one close by for support. So when children have a build-up of feelings and are on the brink of a tantrum, you may notice that nothing is right. No matter what you do isn't enough, and they continue to whine or be frustrated. The amazing natural healing aspect of the human body is to help the child come back into balance. And you may have noticed that after the storm has passed, once they've released all those big feelings, then they're in a much better mood. And it helps if we let our kids tantrum without trying to interrupt the process so they get to the end of those feelings. So the goal when our little ones are upset is to welcome the emotions instead of shutting them down. When a child feels safe enough to offload all those feelings of frustration, fear, anger, they're able to move past them quickly. And the other bonus of staying calm and holding the space for these big feelings is that it teaches our children what empathy looks like, as well as creates new pathways in their brain that says, I can feel these feelings and then let them go. Children develop emotional intelligence when we teach them that all feelings are okay. And as they grow and develop and know these feelings are welcomed and held, they develop skills to speak and process what they're feeling instead of shutting them down or numbing themselves out or using violence and aggression. So what does that actually look like when a storm hits at 5 o'clock in the afternoon as you're trying to get dinner sorted? First thing, take a deep breath. Look behind the behavior and realize that your little one is actually waving a red flag saying, I've got some big feelings on board and I actually need some help to get moving through them. So if you can, get down on their level and acknowledge what you see. I see that you're really angry, darling, because I gave you the wrong cup. I'm with you. You can let all those feelings out. And then take another deep breath and just wait. Stay calm, hold the space, offer eye contact and empathy, and let those wild feelings come forth. Keep yourself and them safe, so do remove anything that could cause harm or move them to a spot in the house with more room. But the idea is to be the calm anchor amongst your child's raging storm. It feels overwhelming for a child when they have big feelings, and our calm presence brings safety, which allows the feelings to move and be felt without a gentle guide by their side. So if we shut those feelings down or send our kids to time out, then the child doesn't get to actually fully process that backlog of hurts and then takes the lesson, mum and dad aren't a safe place when I'm feeling upset. I always have to be good to be accepted. And it's always good to remember that our role as a parent is to guide and teach our children. And we do this in every moment as we go about our lives. Our children learn about the world by the way we interact with it. So when it comes to teaching our children about emotional well-being, feelings, empathy, and compassion, then modeling it to them when they're upset is the best education possible.